organization presents awards to recognize outstanding achievements in computer graphics and interactive techniques, and to recognize significant contributions to the SIGGRAPH community. The respected awards committees make their selections based on the specific awards criteria, and also, more importantly actually, based on the nominations that they receive from you. So please participate in this process and make nominations on the awards webpage or by contacting the awards committee. And your participation is actually super critical in this process, and if you believe that someone deserves a SIGGRAPH award, please let us know. Today, each award is going to be presented by the chair of the appropriate selection committee, and we will conclude by recognizing the new members of the AC SIGGRAPH Academy. So let's proceed with the presentation of the awards, and please welcome our Technical Awards Chair, Kavita Bala, to the stage.
It's a pleasure to be here. Our first awardee is Aaron Hertzman. I'm delighted to present the 2024 SIGGRAPH Achievement Award to Aaron for his pioneering work in non-photorealistic animation and rendering, image synthesis, character animation, computational photography, and the interplay between computer-generated and traditional art. Aaron has done a lot. Aaron's groundbreaking contributions to the field of non-photorealistic rendering are widely recognized, particularly his early work on painterly rendering of images and video. His innovative techniques for line drawing of 3D models continue to influence the field today. Aaron's seminal paper, many of you remember this, Image Analogies, spearheaded a new era of machine learning applied to image authoring and stylization. Its long-lasting impact extends to modern image editing methods using generative adversarial networks, GANs, and diffusion models. As one of the pioneering researchers at the intersection of computer graphics and machine learning, Aaron has also made significant contributions to character animation with models learned from mocap data, as well as capturing non-rigid motion from video and rotoscoping. In addition to machine learning-based approaches, Aaron's work in physics-based human motion control laid the groundwork for the subsequent rise of reinforcement learning for physics-based animation. In the realm of computational photography and image editing, Aaron's contributions include advancements in image deblurring, portrait segmentation, depth-aware editing, and GAN controls. Aaron also introduced early machine learning approaches for geometry processing and graphic design. And as if all of that is not enough, beyond his technical contributions, Aaron is recognized as an influential thinker across computer graphics and computer vision. His position articles on the science of art and generative AI art offer valuable insights into the evolving landscape of art-making processes, drawing from art history, philosophy, and psychology. Aaron's intellectual contributions have sparked debates and discussions across the interdisciplinary communities of computer science and art, enriching our understanding of the complex relationship between technology and creativity. Please join me in congratulating Aaron Hertzman, the 2024 SIGGRAPH Achievement Award winner.
So many mentors and collaborators and friends I'm grateful for. My undergraduate teachers, Los Poulos and Joe Warren. My PhD advisors, Ken Perlin, Dennis Zorin. At UW, David Salas and Brian Turles, Zoran Popovich, and Steve Seitz. At University of Toronto, David Fleet, Chris Koulakos, Ron Balakrishnan, and Jeff Hinton. And so many wonderful people and collaborators at Adobe. C. Margaret Wallace, Sylvain Paris, Steve DeVerde, Helen Sheckman, and Zoe Polinsky. I've worked with many great students over the years, including my PhD advisees, Martin Delasev and Melis Kalagorakis, Peter Donovan, and Jack Wang, many long-term friends, including Rich Redke and Shara Katz, and my stepfather Moshe Vardy for being a loving supporter and mentor, all the way from helping me with my math homework and advising to advise my tenure file and beyond. And thanks to everyone at SIGGRAPH for such an inspiring and creative community.
next award, I'm delighted to present the 2024 Significant New Researcher Award to Adriana Schultz for her outstanding contributions to interactive 3D design tools for physical artifacts. While computer-aided design CAD tools have a long history of assisting in the creation of 3D models of physical artifacts, there remains a high barrier to entry for new users. Adriana's work is notable in addressing this challenge across the design workflow. Next slide. Adriana's research focuses on design tools for physical artifacts while drawing on modern advances in algorithms, physical analysis, optimization, robotics, machine learning, and programming languages. Her contributions include design by example tools for a novice to design complex physical objects, inverse CSG interactive design with stress analysis, optimization to bring CAD editability to scan shapes, robot design and fabrication, and domain-specific programming language design for fabrication. In addition to research, Adriana has championed inclusivity in the SIGGRAPH community. She founded and directs the ACM Community Group for Women in Graphics Research, SIGGRAPH, a multifaceted outreach organization which hosts the SIGGRAPH Rising Stars program, we just had it this Sunday, the annual Bertuzzo's Lunch event at SIGGRAPH and other conferences, and provides online resources for new and graduating students. Please join me in congratulating Adriana Schultz on being the 2024 recipient of the Significant New Researcher Award.
Thank you so much, Kavita, to the awards committee and the SIGGRAPH community. I'm so incredibly honored to be here today. My deepest gratitude goes to my PhD advisor, Wojtek Maciuszek, for his unwavering support and for sparking my passion for computational design and fabrication. Thank you to my mentors from graduate school, Daniela Russ, Aidan Grinspan, Arik Shamir, and from the University of Washington, Zach Tadlock, Jen Mankoff, Brian Kurlifs, Steve Seitz, Eric Elmamacher. Special thanks to my undergraduate mentor, Luis Velho, who introduced me to computer graphics way back in Brazil. Huge credit also goes to my amazing students, collaborators, and the SIGGRAPH volunteers for their passion and hard work. Finally, my heartfelt thanks to my family, my ever-supporting parents, my sister, my husband. David, you and our two little boys bring joy and purpose to every aspect of my life. And this award is meaningful to me because I get to share it with you. Thank you all.
That's yours. You should take it. That's yours. And now, please invite Leif Kobelt, who is the chair of the ACM SIGGRAPH Outstanding Doctoral Dissertation Award Committee.
I would be ready for the slides. Okay, good. The ACM SIGGRAPH jury for the Doctoral Dissertation Award is proud to present this year's winner, Dr. Zachary Ferguson. He presents new groundbreaking ideas to handle context in dynamic simulations, which significantly extend the state of the art. Reliably handling interactions of dynamic objects when they touch or collide remains a challenge in physical simulation. This is due to the complex constellations of penetrating objects that need to be resolved in every time step. Previous methods usually require tedious adjustments of several parameters. The incremental potential contact method by Zach, in contrast, only has a single parameter that the user can tune to trade compute costs for accuracy. The revolutionary method is unconditionally robust and supports notoriously difficult settings with highly complex geometries, sliding contacts, extremely high velocities, and long time steps. It has the potential to considerably push the complexity limits of what can be simulated in graphics and computational engineering applications. The committee also decided to award an honorable mention to Dr. Yu Wang for his outstanding work on alternatives to the standard Laplace operator in geometry processing, as well as to Dr. Fan-Cheng Song for his exceptional dissertation on which he develops a perceptually realistic graphics pipeline. Okay, let's welcome on the podium Zachary Ferguson.
Yeah, let me start by thanking SIGGRAPH and the awards committee for this momentous honor. I'd also like to thank my advisor, Daniele Bonozzo. He has been both a mentor and a friend over the last 7 years. Also thank you to my mentor at Adobe, Danny Kaufman. And thank you to all my collaborators, Dennis Soren, Giselle Schneider, Olin Wong, and everyone else at NYU and beyond. I'd also like to thank my undergrad advisor, Yotam Gingold. Without him, I wouldn't have started my journey down this path. And lastly, thank you to my friends and family, especially my parents and grandmother, and most of all, my wife Amanda, for her constant love and support over the last several years. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I would like to ask Scott Owen on the podium. He's the chair of the Outstanding Service Award Committee.
For her years of outstanding service to the computer graphics community, ACM SIGGRAPH recognizes Adele Newton with the 2024 Outstanding Service Award. Model from 2 volunteer co-chairs to 1 volunteer chair plus more staff support. This model is still used for the SIGGRAPH conference and the SIGGRAPH Asia conferences. She was chair of the Community Outreach Committee for SIGGRAPH 98 and SIGGRAPH 2000. She was a member of and then chair of the SIGGRAPH Business Symposium for SIGGRAPH 2018 and 2019, and was a member of the SIGGRAPH 50th Anniversary Committee. From 1998 to 2003, she was the founder and co-chair of the SIGGRAPH Toronto Professional Chapter. From 2021 to actually currently 2024, she was the chair and is still the chair of the SIGGRAPH Communications Committee, during which she led the redesign of the SIGGRAPH website. In 2021 and 2022, she developed and produced Graphics Chronicles, a series of recordings of conversations with SIGGRAPH pioneers who are currently featured on the SIGGRAPH YouTube channel. In all of her self-service activities, Adele has exhibited strong leadership and expertise. With this award, ACM SIGGRAPH celebrates Adele Newton's many contributions to both the SIGGRAPH conference and to the organization. Please welcome Adele Newton.
I was first introduced to SIGGRAPH in 1982 when I answered an ad in a newspaper, a real newspaper at the University of Waterloo, when John Beatty and Kelly Booth, who were about to start planning the SIGGRAPH 83 conference in Detroit, were looking for a part-time manager to work with them. When I went to Detroit, I was hooked, not just on the conference, but more importantly, all the people who plan the conference and attend. And it's been really my honor, all the things that Scott noted there. I worked with so many wonderful people, many of whom are on the stage today. Mike Bailey, Mary Whitten, Copper Gilla, and at the SIGGRAPH Toronto chapter, Alain Chenet. And I want to thank everybody and SIGGRAPH for just the honor of getting to work with all of you. And also for my family who put up with so much of me being away, traveling around the world. My family is represented here today by my sister Eta, and I just, it's been an honor to work with all of you, so thank you.
Now I have the honor and pleasure of introducing Copper Giloff, Chair of the Distinguished Artist Committee.
Good morning. Today we present the 2024 SIGGRAPH Distinguished Artist Award for Lifetime Achievement in Digital Art to Tamako Thiel. This award is given annually to an artist who has created a substantial and important body of work that significantly advances the aesthetic content in the field of digital art. Thiel has been at the forefront of digital media art for over 4 decades, creating works of art that she describes as exploring the intersection of space, place, and cultural memory. She uses her extensive knowledge of technology and new approaches to art and storytelling to create complex VR and AR installations dealing with political, environmental, and social issues. I first became aware of her work in 2001 when her piece, Beyond Manzanar, was included in the art gallery at SIGGRAPH 2001 in Los Angeles. Created with Iranian-American Zara Hushmad, it is an interactive 3D world based on the actual location of Manzanar, the first of more than 10 incarceration camps built to imprison Japanese Americans during World War II. Hushmad designed a parallel layer that reflects similar threats of mass incarceration of people of Iranian descent during the Iranian crisis, 1979 to 80. This work is a powerful example of how Thiel uses immersive environments to present existing worlds rather than imaginary ones in ways that allow us to better understand the realities that surround us. Over the next 25 years, her AR and VR works have been exhibited at the Whitney Museum of Art, the Museum of Modern Art, the Smithsonian Institute, and numerous institutions across Europe and Asia. Already in 2024, she was inducted into the AWE XR Hall of Fame, and the Contemporary Art Issue magazine ranked her in the top 10 most famous digital artists in the world. Please welcome this year's Distinguished Artist Award, Tamako Thiel.
Thanks so much to Copper, to the whole jury, and to the whole SIGGRAPH Digital Arts Committee for not only for this award, but for bringing the arts, the fine arts, into SIGGRAPH at a point when SIGGRAPH was really one of the few places in the US where you can show media art at all. She mentioned Beyond Manzanar that I showed at SIGGRAPH in 2001. I am wearing a screenshot from another piece, The Travels of Monica World, that I showed at SIGGRAPH in 2007. And both of these pieces and a lot of my other works use this VR immersive viewpoint to deal with fault lines between cultures when they collide. And they do work on VR headsets, but in order to get the possible largest audience, I have usually shown them with a simple joystick, a PC, a projector, one single projector as a mono 2D projection on a white wall. And because of this, because I always go for the low end of high tech, I was surprised when I was told I had won this award. But the Digital Art Committee assured me that they see their mission as expanding the horizon of computer graphics beyond the high tech, the high gloss, the blockbuster entertainment, so that it really can be a vehicle for all artists to explore the human condition. And since I see this as my role as an engineer, as an artist, I guess I belong here after all. Thank you so much.
You take it. I'm very happy to welcome onto the stage Rachel Rose, the ACM SIGGRAPH Practitioner Award Committee Chair.
I am pleased today to recognize F. Sebastian Gracia with this year's SIGGRAPH Practitioner Award. Since 2018, this award has recognized practitioners throughout our community who have had a significant impact on computer graphics and interactive techniques. And if you know Sebastian, then you know that that description fits him perfectly. For more than a decade, Sebastian has led the team developing USD. Sebastian has been a key to USD's evolution as a tool for managing and manipulating complex 3D assets and scenes like the ones you see behind me from Pixar. First within Pixar, then throughout the film industry, and now within other industries. Because of his direct contributions and his continual guidance, USD's evolution has not only enhanced its technical capabilities, but has also prioritized usability and accessibility for artists and production teams. Alongside his direct contributions, he's also been a wonderful, committed person for open source principles and has helped really drive the community forward. If you have ever searched the USD forums for information or asked a question there, then you have almost definitely seen a post from Sebastian where he goes by the name Spiff in all of his posts. He is a constant voice, ensuring the principles of USD are upheld while bringing new innovations to the forefront. It certainly isn't an exaggeration to say that his involvement in the USD community has reshaped the landscape of digital film production in a direct and very practical way. So on behalf of this year's award committee, I am very proud to invite F. Sebastian Gracia, aka Spiff, to the stage to accept the 2024 SIGGRAPH Practitioner Award.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank Rachel and the SIGGRAPH Awards Committee for this wonderful recognition. I'm both honored, humbled, and grateful. But there'd be nothing to recognize without OpenUSD. There'd be no USD without the amazing team of engineers at Pixar who've been building it for the last 12 years. So to my team, I say thank you. It has been and continues to be rich and rewarding working with you, and I learn from you continuously. There'd also be nothing to recognize without the warm and firm embrace of USD by the community of studios and tool makers who have collaborated with us to grow and improve it. So to the community also, I say thank you. And finally, for their enlightened and steadfast support through thick and thin times, I'd like to thank the Pixar and Disney leadership for sponsoring the work needed for USD to grow and thrive, and for giving me my dream job for the past 25 years. Thank you so much.
And now I'd like to welcome Glenn Goldman to the stage, Committee Chair for the Distinguished Educator Award.
We're pleased to present the 2024 Distinguished Educator Award to Mike Bailey for his dedication to introducing the basics and joy of computer graphics to thousands of students and the SIGGRAPH conference attendees in a decades-long endeavor. Professor of Computer Science at Oregon State University, he has been active in the field for almost 50 years and has taught 144 college classes with more than 12,000 students, both in person and online, during faculty appointments at Purdue, University of California, San Diego, and Oregon State University. He has also taught continuing adult education classes and more than 100 professional courses, including 55 at SIGGRAPH and SIGGRAPH Asia, a veritable fixture in the courses venue at SIGGRAPH. Mike has introduced countless first-time attendees to the wonders and scope of potentials in computer graphics in his course, A Whirlwind Introduction to Computer Graphics. Committed to early education, Mike is also active in the K-12 arena, teaching short courses in Tinkercad, Scratch, Blender, and processing for various school and educator groups. And he received the Athena Pinnacle Award for promoting women in STEM, presented in recognition of outreach work with the San Diego Girl Scouts. An educator's educator, Mike Bailey has created resources for others to use in the teaching of their courses. He co-authored Computer Graphic Shaders, Theory and Practice with Steve Cunningham. After creating one of the first university courses on GLSL shaders at Vulkan, he posted his course notes on CG Source Online for free use by others. Additional course materials for lectures from his courses are freely available online. And of course, he's contributed to the store of knowledge used and referenced by educators with more than 100 journal and conference papers in his discipline. Mike Bailey's involvement in education at SIGGRAPH has been extensive and was recognized when he was named the recipient of the Outstanding Service Award in 2015. He's also the recipient of numerous internal teaching awards and recognitions and continues to teach and innovate in an effort to inspire and motivate students to achieve success, as his former students have gone on to work in places that include Pixar, ILM, Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, Adobe, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, Autodesk, Blizzard, and more, as well as academic institutions, University of Texas, Seattle University, and the University of Portland. Congratulations again to Mike Bailey for this very well-deserved award.
Wow, serious imposter syndrome. Thank you, Glenn. My heroes are educators. SIGGRAPH, that goes double, because I think probably 99% of us are here because of the influence of an educator. And I really recognize the SIGGRAPH Education Committee for the work they do. It's consisting of people like Glenn, who are some of the most dedicated and inspirational people that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. When I started college teaching, I remembered back to high school when I first became aware that some teachers were different. They not only taught, they inspired, they motivated, they created a sense of joy. And it didn't matter what topic they were teaching. It was always special walking into their classroom. And when I started doing this, I really wanted to honor them by trying to imitate them. I'm still working on it. Those are big shoes to fill. Maybe someday I'll get there. But it's worth it. And I think all of our students deserve it. I especially want to thank the SIGGRAPH organization for this award and for giving me this goosebump moment, which I promise you I'll never forget. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce now Hughes Hobby, the ACM SIGGRAPH Academy Selection Committee Chair.
The SIGGRAPH Academy is an honoring group of individuals who have made substantial contributions to the field of computer graphics. The recipients of several awards that we saw earlier are automatically inducted into the Academy. And this year, based on a very strong set of nominations, we have selected 5 additional members to join the SIGGRAPH Academy. The first inductee is Bak-Hwan Chen of Peking University. His citation is for contributions to large-scale scene reconstruction, point cloud processing, and shape design for manufacturing. Please join me in congratulating Bak-Hwan. The next inductee is Jackie Mori of the University of Southern California. Her citation is for pioneering contributions to the fusion of art with virtual reality and immersive technologies, and for advancing digital arts within the SIGGRAPH community. Please join me in congratulating Jackie. The next inductee is Dinesh Pai of the University of British Columbia. And this is for groundbreaking contributions to animation using physics-based and data-driven simulation techniques. Congratulations. The next inductee is Arik Shamir of Reichman University. And his citation is for pioneering work in algorithms for image, video, and geometry processing that are driven by models of human perception. Congratulations, Eric. And our final inductee this morning is Mary Whitten, retired from the University of North Carolina. And her citation is for contributions to programmable graphic systems and virtual reality, and for exemplary leadership in the SIGGRAPH community. Congratulations, Mary. Please join me in congratulating all 5 of the new SIGGRAPH Academy inductees. Next, I will hand it back over to Mona.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank all the presenters, the members of the selection committee who do this outstanding work, and also everyone who made the nominations. So let's just once more give a big round of applause to all the distinguished awardees. Now it's my pleasure to welcome to stage SIGGRAPH 2024 Conference Chair, Andreas Burbano.
What a conference, isn't it? Yesterday we had 3 keynotes. We started with Mark Sager, who was building upon the thematic scale of the body. In the afternoon, we had Jensen Huang addressing the thematic scale of the built environment. And after, Mark Zuckerberg addressing the world. You know, virtual worlds have an impact in the real world. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome today Professor Deva Newman. She is the director of the MIT Media Lab and is former deputy administrator of NASA. As I understand, is the highest rank in the NASA kind of organization. This is a tremendous contribution to our field. She's going to engage with the theme of Cosmos that we designed, let's say, as part of our content design at the beginning of the conference. And despite the amazing, long, and incredible CV she has, if you ask her about herself, she defines her as an explorer. Not only because she has sailed the world in her own boat around, but also she's been the PI of more than 4 space flight missions, which is an incredible record. And what I think makes her work incredibly special is that she's able to go to space exploration, learn things there, and come back to Earth to teach us things about our planet. And even more than that, she has engaged in space exploration and design and architecture, also showing that we all are astronauts and that our clothes and our skin are already our first spacesuits. So I understand this is Deva Newman's first SIGGRAPH, and now I really need your help with this, okay? When I welcome her, you're gonna make so much noise that she's gonna come back next year, okay? Help me welcome Professor Deva Newman.
It's just such an honor and pleasure to be here with you. So let's get started. For all of exploration, we have just 3 incredibly important questions. Are we alone in the universe? Are there other habitable planets? And is there life? Is there life elsewhere? When are we going to find it? We've seen this beautiful image from the Hubble Space Telescope. 30 years. It's completely transformed our view of the universe. revealing the true beauty and richness of the cosmos. So it's kind of like celestial fireworks. It's 20,000 light years away in the constellation Carina. What you've just seen is 3,000 new stars being formed. 3,000 new stars being formed. So that's the wonder, that's the awe of the world that I live in. I know you had a wonderful talk about the James Webb Space Telescope because at NASA, it was over budget, it was over time, but no one remembers that anymore because it is so magnificent. You have to do those exceptionally hard things to get it right. Hubble is an optical telescope, and here's James Webb in the infrared spectrum. You combine those images together, and that's when we can find where, are the origins of our universe. We are peering back 13.4 billion years into our 14 billion year old universe. So, revealing the pillars of creation, star formation, different galaxies. Now every star that you see up in the night sky, we know that these are planetary systems. It's an amazing engineering design, those 18 articulated beryllium-coated mirrors. 500 things had to go right. It's the Lagrangian point, and 500 things went right. So I finally could take a deep breath once Webb was working. But you have to take those big bets. You have to take those big bets. So I actually love this image to share with you just to get us started in terms of perspective. Hopefully you can see Earth, that is the pale blue dot. From the sun to the Earth, we measure that in 1 astronomical unit, or 1 AU. We sent Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, our furthest reaching probes, out now beyond the Kuiper Belt. But look at everything else that's there to explore, how much we can see. And it's not just seeing, we want to use all the senses. We want to immerse everyone. We want to bring everyone along on these space missions. So I'd like to share some sounds that are going to represent the position and the brightness of the sources right from the center of our Milky Way galaxy. Now this is 26,000 light years from Earth. The spread of this is 400 light years across. Cosmic orchestra in X-ray here is seen as blue and purple colors. The optical is seen in yellow, and then infrared is the red tints here. So again, tapping into all of our senses to explore and wonder and for our scientific return. So an amazing view. Now let's come maybe a little bit closer to home and talk about exoplanets. You've heard about exoplanets? There, thank you. I love audience participation. Well, we have 6,000 of them. What do we do with them? But 24 of them are what we call in the Goldilocks zone. Okay, the first one was 51 Peg B, we call it. It was a hot Jupiter, we call it, a very big one. When we're looking at exoplanets, we're looking for Earth-like planets. What's out there? Could they be habitable? Could there be life elsewhere? Kepler 16b, I love, of course, Luke Skywalker, right? Tatooine. Well, that's not fiction, that's not science fiction, that is science. We have a binary star system, and it's called Kepler 16b. But we want to look for Earth-like planets, maybe that could house life, because Kepler 16b is too cold. It's like living in a dry ice environment. But then we found TRAPPIST. The TRAPPIST-1 system has 7 Earth-like planets. The most in the habitable zone, not too hot, not too cold, could have life. So here in the TRAPPIST system, 3 are particularly important. Now they're very close to their sun, to their star. They're orbiting very quickly, but there could potentially be life there. So we have to find more. They're firmly located in that habitable zone. And then on the right, you see the artist rendition. Of course, we've never been to the TRAPPIST system. We can barely have the scientific proof and Doppler shift, and we say, oh, there's a planet there. But the artists are the ones who bring the visions to us, bring the visions to everyone, say, this is what it could be like. They bring in the possibilities. They bring you in and invite you in to see these other systems, all of these exoplanets. So I want to now come into the solar system a little bit and tell you a little bit of some of the scientific missions, the space missions that start out the edge of our solar system to Pluto. I love Pluto. See that heart image there? Well, this mission, it took 9 years to get to Pluto. It's the closest we've ever been. It took 30 years to fund this mission. Funded, unfunded, funded, unfunded. Finally, in the third phase, we got it. And when we zoomed into Pluto, we were completely amazed. There's standing liquid volatiles. It has huge topography on Pluto, and there's this V-shaped heart. That V-shaped heart is a nitrogen glacier. It extends 600 miles. Now, this is the largest glacier in the entire solar system you're looking at. Just because we have the courage to say we have to do this mission, we have to learn more about our own solar system. Now, I know Pluto is now it's a dwarf planet. That's okay. You know, as a basketball player in college, I'm kind of a dwarf as well. And but it's really important. We found its moon Charon as well. We have a really important mission to Juno, the goddess of Jupiter. Our Juno mission is continuing at Jupiter, and you'll see the orbital trajectory here in the top right. This is a crazy elliptical orbit. We go to Jupiter and we come right back out. Why? Because Jupiter has 20,000 times of the radiation that we find here on Earth, its magnetic field. It has the most radiation in all of the solar system. We flew a solar-powered probe to Jupiter. That's the Juno mission. We have to protect the instruments, the scientific instruments, with 3/4 titanium shielding, just so they can zoom in, take the measurements, and zoom back out, so that the radiation doesn't fail the instruments. But what I really love about the Juno mission is that we put a cheap camera on it. We put a cheap camera on it to open up citizen science. We said, hey world, come on this mission with us. What do you want to see? And what everybody wants to see is that red spot, that red storm. That's one storm on Jupiter that's been going through storm for over 300 years. We've been monitoring. Oh, can you imagine a 300-year storm? But people now, that's open source, it's on the web, people can take images of this just so that they learn and come on a mission with us, get citizen science. Now, I did Photoshop this, but I just wanted to go back to scale. That is truly to scale. The Earth fits within that one red spot on Jupiter. So we have ocean world missions. We're looking for life. We're looking for the evidence of life in the universe. Where should we go? Well, we have a saying, follow the water. These are ocean worlds. These are moons of our planet. And it is to scale. The most important ocean world is right here on Spaceship Earth. Right here on Earth. We still have 95% of our oceans to explore and discover. But Enceladus, I know it doesn't look like too much up there, that little dot to scale. But it's spewing hydrogen gas. Those hydrocarbons are coming out of the south pole of Enceladus. It's kind of like, going to Yellowstone National Park and seeing Old Faithful. So it's kind of like a candy store for microbes. There could be life. We have all the chemistry there. And Europa is a moon of Jupiter. And those are heat signatures. We see these heat signatures. And now we just measure plumes that are rising over 100 kilometers coming out of Europa. So a water world that has an ice crust, kilometers of ice we're going to have to go through to really see if we can sample these waters. But these are water worlds. They're the best chances for existing life right here close to home in our solar system. Titan, Triton, Ganymede, Callisto, they're all amazing water worlds that we need to explore and discover and send missions to. So now I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. This is my comfort zone. Here, Earth, of course, our moon. This is from our Discover mission. The camera is called the EPIC camera, and it just faces Earth. And what it is, I call it a solar system weather buoy, because the sun's radiation and wind are coming, and this is saying, hey, Earth, here's the weather that's coming your way from the sun, because it's 1 million miles away from Earth. It's located in the Lagrangian point. Mars, half the size of Earth, and it's a sister planet, Earth and Mars, each 4.5 billion years old. Sister planets. Life worked out pretty well here on Earth for us. Lucky for us, our wonderful life support system, our atmosphere. Mars, not so much. We think that Mars could have been warm, wonderful, could have had life, but 3.5 billion years ago, something went wrong. Something went wrong. So go to Mars, you'll probably maybe find evidence of past life. Show you a little bit more about Mars. Now, Mars is not option B. I want to be real clear about that. We go for exploration. We go to find life. We go because it pushes us to something we think is impossible. But life here on Earth, that's what we need to protect. So, I want to dive down a little bit more into some of the research to share with you. Again, from Mars to the moon, go to the moon to test our technologies, get us ready for that Mars mission, and then we're going to come down here on Earth again, our precious planet. So, again, shout out to the artists and the designers painting these pictures of Mars. Get us excited, all that inspiration. What you see here then in this simulation is a supercomputer simulation, and what you see is the wind, the solar wind, and it's literally ionizing the Martian atmosphere. So you see the Martian atmosphere being ablated. Now, today we're left with 1% carbon dioxide atmosphere on Mars. So it does have a very small atmosphere, but only 1% carbon dioxide. But we can see through our scientific research this is how Mars has lost its atmosphere. We do also have the evidence of water on Mars. We knew there was ice at the poles, the North and South Pole, but here you can see this change of colors. So we are seeing actually liquid water. Now you can't drink it, it won't keep you alive, it will actually kill you. It's very briny, real high solidity. But we didn't know that. This is a very new finding.